my goodness. Okay, trying to look half decent for this video. Can she do it? No, she cannot. She obviously cannot. Hello everyone, it's Talia here again. Welcome back to my channel, and today I have, oh my god, what was that? Today I have a very exciting video, at least exciting for me, because I have some stuff I want to read in October, the spooky month. I don't have that many thrillers at hand right now. Most of the thrillers that I read are on my handy dandy Kindle, which I'll touch on briefly at the end of this video, but I have some classics, some fantasy, some like thriller, horror / mystery stuff that I want to get to this month. So without further ado, let me just jump into this because, well, I'm looking at the stack right now. You can't see it, but it's a chunker. It's a lot of books, but I think I can do it because in the previous month, if you watched my video, I read 13 books. They were very easy reads, and some of these are not, but I think I can do it. Maybe? We'll see at the end of the month, I guess. One book that I need to mention and get out of the way is The Da Vinci Code by... One book I need to mention and get out of the way is The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown. I have to read it for school. I'm not enjoying it. I think Dan Brown has a specific like formula to his books, and I just am done with it. It's too tiring to follow along. I'm like 70% of the way there, and I just need to be done with it and not read it again. I'm sorry if you enjoy Dan Brown. I think he has his time and place in my life, but I don't want anything that has a plot twist every 2 pages, and I can't keep up with it. No. So, jumping in with my fantasy TBR, we have The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, the first book. First of all, this old edition smells so good. This weirdo is smelling books on her channel. Yes, I am. If you have a problem, bye. But I have this old edition of the whole trilogy. I'm looking at the other 2 right there, and this is my all-time favorite fantasy trilogy, and it's been a minute since I read it. I read The Hobbit for the first time like a couple months ago. I did not enjoy it all that much, but I know that I love this trilogy, and I just want to jump into this story and immerse myself, and I just want to spend time with Legolas and Gimli, my favorite friendship of the whole thing. Fight me over it, I don't care, I love them, and I can't wait to get back into this because it was a fun time, okay? The next book I have been wanting to get to forever now, and I had it on my Kindle, but then my brilliant professor assigned us the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin, and I had the perfect excuse to get my hands on a physical copy because I need to annotate it and stuff, you know what I mean? We know our literature shit here, so I have my hands on this now. Glorious. I know this fantasy world has a very brutal magic system. There are catastrophic earthquakes on Earth, and there are gods whose power some people can tap into, I believe. I know that much about this, and even that can be wrong because all I heard about this book is that the world is unbelievably immersive, and N.K. Jemisin's writing is amazing. So I want to read this. I have to read this month. I have a couple of books like this that I need to read for class, and I know I'm gonna finish it, so this is one of them. And then we go into the kind of mystery thriller-esque, like mixed up bunch of the TBR, and the first book I have for that category is another book for school, and that is Hannibal. This is a classic mystery thriller that is gonna be such a fun ride. I can tell already. I loved the movie, I loved the show. I hadn't read the book, but we have it right here and it's gonna get read this month. Next up, we have a king in our hands, which one of my favorite booktubers, Noelle Gallagher, loves Stephen King, and I love Stephen King as well. I think it was her or Kat from Paperback Dreams that was trying to read one King book a month. I don't think I can do that. I'll see. We'll see if I can do that. But I'm starting this month with Cell, which I know nothing about, so I'm just gonna read the back. Graphic artist Clay Riddle was in the heart of Boston on that brilliant autumn afternoon when hell was unleashed before his eyes. Okay. Without warning, carnage and chaos reigned. Ordinary people fell victim to the basest, more animalistic destruction, and the apocalypse began with the ring of a cell phone. Okay then. I read nothing about this book. The only reason that it's on my TBR is because it's like a very old copy that I found in my parents' stash of books, and I can't pass it up. It's an old Stephen King copy, and even the cover is like really cool. See that? It opens up to reveal that cell phone behind him. Quirky. So this is gonna be one of my priority reads, I believe. We'll see how that goes. And then, okay, I haven't seen the movie of this book. I haven't read the trilogy either, and I think I'm one of the like 5% of people on Earth that hasn't consumed anything about this story, and that is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I have a copy of it. I need to read it now because it's a classic like thriller, I want to say. I know this has like a crime element, it has some thrilling elements, and I know that it gets a little graphic sometimes, but I just need to get to the story already, right? If you read this before, please like reassure me that I need to read this. I need the story in my life. Then we have The Snowman by Jo Nesbø. I know that this might be a better suited read for winter, but in winter I might not be here. I might move. I might move back to campus. So I don't know if I can take this book with me, so we'll see. If I don't get to read this book this month, it's okay. I would love to read it as like a wintry read because The Snowman, it's basically about a serial killer that leaves behind snowmen after they kill their victim, and just a fun little thriller. I have never read a Jo Nesbø book before, but I have heard praises of this book all over Noelle's channel, and I can't pass it up because I have a copy and it was plugged by Noelle, so you know I'm gonna read it. The last possibly like thrillery book that I have on my list is Choke by Chuck Palahniuk. I was gifted a bunch of his books before, like 2 years ago or something, and I made my way through them slowly, and I even made an author spotlight. I love Chuck Palahniuk's writing. I'll link that video down below if you want to learn more about him, but he writes like underground literature where there are these bizarre people who are trying to navigate life in a less than legal ways. And I don't know anything about this book. I'm not even gonna read the back of this because I like knowing nothing when I'm going into Palahniuk's books, at least like half of the way through. He manages to give just enough of the characters to me for me to go on reading and want to figure out what the fuck is going on with the book, so I'm gonna give him that chance, and I'll let you guys know what I think of this. It's a very thin book, so I think it's gonna take me like only one day if I'm in the mood. And then lo and behold, I have some literary fiction / classics that I need to get to this month. And it's gonna be an adventure. That's what I'm trying to talk myself into believing, because I'm a little intimidated. Okay, let's start with the easier pieces, shall we? I have The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. It's a very thin classic, and I know that it's a very good character study about this beautiful man who gets his portrait done, and we follow his character deteriorating. I'm literally only 16 pages into this, and it's going slowly. So it looks thin, but I don't know how. I need to be in a very good reading mood. Maybe I'll get some coffee going. I'll sit on the balcony and put on like a classical music playlist or something like that. I need to get in the groove for my classics, and I have a lot of them to read this month. And then I have the Turkish version of Dostoevsky's White Nights, because I had purchased the classics in Turkish a while back, and it's a very, very short book. Another very character-driven story where we follow a nameless narrator through the streets of St. Petersburg while it's snowing, and we follow his thoughts and his feelings, and yeah, this is gonna be a breeze, I know that. Okay, this is what's getting me kind of, sort of intimidated. Oblomov, oh, that's backwards. Oblomov by Goncharov. This hunker is in Turkish as well. It's like 600 pages, oh my god. Okay, if I don't get to one of the books, I think this is gonna be one of them, because it is so thick, but I've always wanted to read this. My philosophy teacher from high school had praised this book. It's another very like character-driven story that is about a guy named Oblomov, and we follow him throughout his life. And it's a classic of Russian literature. I'm gonna let you guys know what I think of this when I finish it. Oh my god, the writing is so small in this. But yeah, that's one of the TBR points that is like, hopefully I'll get to it, but we'll see how it goes. And by the way, I purchased the Turkish versions of those classics because I trust this particular publishing house with their translation, and since it's translated from Russian anyway, I don't feel the need to read it in English. I'm rambling again because this is not a scripted video, as you can tell, but moving on. This is The Old Curiosity Shop by Charles Dickens. I might DNF this, to be honest, because Charles Dickens's writing has its moments with me. It took me months to get through Oliver Twist, and it's a fun, like depressingly fun story about this boy, but I know nothing about The Old Curiosity Shop. Even reading the back like made me a little hesitant to pick this up, honestly, but I really want to give this a go because I have like a Dickens collection that I purchased. I did not purchase, I was gifted, and I want to read more Dickens. I loved The Tale of the Two Cities, and I'm hoping I'll like this one as well. And then we have The Name of the Rose, a book that made an appearance on many of my videos. I'm hoping to read it this month, finally. It's by Umberto Eco, and it's his first book, I believe. It's kind of like a literary fiction, but also mystery and thriller, like a detective story, and I really, really, really want to get into the works of this author because he's one of my dad's favorite authors, and I believe he appreciates really good writing, so that is it. So that is the end of my physical TBR. Of course, I have shit I want to read from my Kindle as well. So the first book I really want to get to is This Is How You Lose the Time War, because Murphy Napier's, I can't pronounce her name, but she's one of my favorite booktubers. Murphy is doing like a buddy read for this book. It's like a time travel love story, time travel slash like alternate universe travel love story. It has like sapphic love in it, and I just really want to read it. It's a thin book, I know that as well, but I have a copy on my Kindle, so we're gonna get to that. Oh, I want to read Bunny by Mona Award because this is like a very twisted thriller that takes place on the Yale campus, I believe. The university may be different, but there's this secret society that our protagonist gets sucked into, and it turns out to be more like a cult, and the girls in this cult call themselves bunnies, and I'm all here for the twisted nature of that. I want to read it. I want to read Dark Places by Gillian Flynn because, well, it's Gillian Flynn and it's a thriller, and it's gonna be good. Okay, I'm not gonna like overcrowd this TBR. I know that I'm gonna change up everything, and I'm excited to see what happens by the end of the month when I'm done with all of my reading, if I have gotten to everything I want to read or I gave up on books at all. So let me know if you guys have read any of these books, or if you are intrigued by any of them and want to buddy read with me maybe. I'll be making my way through this stack of books and my Kindle reading, so happy spooky season, everyone. I'll hit you back with more possibly Halloween themed videos in the following weeks, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!